You all do? Yes. Great. You're in the right place. Okay. Me too. I wanted to be a millionaire as well. If you had a humble beginning, this would be the ultimate dream. The dream to make lots of money, travel the world, buy nice things, have cash in your accounts. Who's got $1 million in their account? We're still looking, eh? And doing what you love. 53 years ago, I was born in Vonolevu, somewhere in Sangani, on my parents' kitchen floor, at a copra settlement in Vonolevu, in Sangani. Anyone here from Vonolevu? Yay, we have something in common. Okay, starting a business for everyone would be different, right? For me, my why was to take care of my 6 children. So I needed to make money. Oops, still trying to get used to this thing. Yeah. There we go. That's me as a baby somewhere in Sangani. Very humble beginning. So I think you need to help me with this. Okay. Starting a business for everyone would be different as to why we want to start a business. And for me, it was taking care of my children. So I needed to make money. Without any qualification, because I dropped out of school, grabbing the opportunity to start a bakery was my only option at that time. Yeah. Rewanga Bakery started in 1999 with a second-hand oven and a mixer with 5 staff at its original home at the Rewanga Market Complex in Rewanga. I actually started out of desperation. As plans after selling our grocery shop in Nandera failed, and I had my 6 children to take care of. And that's our first office that was also a bulk, and it was just a small space. So big dreams. So we continued to run the bakery. Being an entrepreneur has been a wonderful journey for me, as it has challenged me to grow as a person and discovered new business opportunities. It can be a lonely journey, as you will need to work around a strict time management plan to keep a balance in all areas of your life. And being a mother of 6 and running a bakery that operates 24 hours, 7 days a week, with my 6 children, it can sometimes do your head in. So you need to keep a balance. Oops, that went too far. Sorry. Yeah, that's me trying to sell bread and buns. Yeah. Growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. I think most of the kids growing up, they wanted to do something professional because my passion was health and fitness. But things didn't work out because I dropped out of school. Obviously, you cannot become a doctor if you do that. So I later used the business to incorporate my passion for health and fitness by having products that are healthy and better for health. Hence, we have the popular high-fiber wholemeal bread baked from 100% wholemeal flour. It's better than white flour, so I encourage you to eat more wholemeal bread. We also have multigrains and linseed and soya, low GI, along with gluten-free baked goodies that is baked from a separate kitchen to minimize the contamination of wheat products. And we're also still working on exploring on better, healthier options. Now, combining my passion and the business, I have learned that this is how you can serve your customers with healthier options to enhance people's lives with better food choices. This made me love what I do every day. So I look forward to driving down to Nosori each day and then driving back home just to be there and make sure that the business is rolling and we are serving our customers. Now, we don't only sell bread, we have also cakes, and we love to celebrate life with everyone through the products we sell, which includes delicious cakes and pastries. With these, we have other. Yeah, this is one of the wedding cakes that we sent to Vunolevu. I seem to have a very strong connection with Vunolevu, even though I'm from Kandavu. Now, you have all these cakes. They're lovely to eat, and because I love health and fitness, please eat with caution. Okay.
Oh, doesn't.
Okay. If you go back, okay. That's my mom. She's from Kandavu, and that was her 70th birthday cake. And that's my youngest son. On the latest cake that we have, the edible image. So you can have your photo on the cake and eat it too. How wonderful is that? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Too much sweets is no good, so we will advise you to eat responsibly and eat moderately on these things to save your waistline. But hey, we still need to enjoy life and have a piece of cake every now and then. Hey, what say? Yes. Now, to be successful in your business, your passion will be the driving force to make your business thrive, as you would be doing what you love from the heart. And combine this with an amazing team for support, which for me was my dad, the founder of Laucala, my children, and the fantastic staff that I have in the company. Our journey as Rewanga Bakery hasn't been easy. We've had our ups and downs, and being resilient and not giving up as we embrace each day to give us the opportunity to be better in what we do has led us to joining WebC. Now, ladies and gentlemen, WebC is the Women's Entrepreneur Business Council. We joined this in 2013, and I thank my friend, Selita Koroi. She's the former owner of French Bakery. Do you know French Bakery in Samambula? Yes. We became good friends, and she invited me to this great platform for women entrepreneurs. We learned from each other with this council that we meet every month, and we learn from each other. And through this, it gave me confidence to seek help and strengthen Rewanga Bakery. Okay? How many of you are running business here? Yes?
Or
planning to?
Or have an idea?
Have an idea coming up? Okay, it's not always easy. And to have a network of same-minded people will help you get through the difficult times. Okay, for me, it was the Women's Entrepreneur Business Council. And with this strength that I found, in this platform, in 2018, we diversified and opened our coffee shop called Coffee Shots in Nosori. So if you ever been in Nosori, please visit our coffee shop. Okay, being a member of WebC, WebC is under FCEF, the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation. I have become more knowledgeable and have grown with confidence and skills to be a better entrepreneur. I have my friend here, Mr. Ramesh Chand, and Mr. Chand will later speak on what Business Link Pacific has in store for SMEs. And I am proud to say that Rewanga Bakery have done our diagnosis with BELP. Together with my daughter's participation in the Business Accelerator program by FEE, we are excited about this because this will help our business move forward and improve in the areas that's needed. For young entrepreneurs that are out there, FCEF also have a special council for you. It's called the YEC, the Young Entrepreneurs Council. My daughter here, Salome, is one of the members. And with this FCEF, we have 9 councils. And together, we collaborate to help each other out. Right now, we are not in a fashion show, but together we have won one of the YEC members' talents, Michael Marcio, a very successful young entrepreneur, very young, still under 30. And his shop is at Downtown Boulevard, House of Marcio. So at the moment, they have 50% discount. You can go down after the event. Yeah, that's helping you out on some places that you can go to find help. And also WebC goes out to Vanuatu to advocate on these councils. Okay, these are some of the ways that can help your business. It has helped us tremendously. Now, to carry on with entrepreneurship and getting there and making your millions, your why, your passion, your will, patience. Oh, that's the coffee shop. Sorry. Operator is a little slow. Okay, I'll repeat this again. Your why, your passion, your will, patience, resilience, and the vision to achieve your dreams, and using resources at hand, networking will help you climb the mountain. It's not going to be an easy climb, but the view is definitely unbelievable on the top. I once read 30 years ago that your first million is the hardest, and the rest will follow. When I read this, I went, wow, I want to make my first million. What shall I do? So I went out there and searched for answers through reading, listening to motivational audio tapes, and with now internet, Google and YouTube. Man, I love them. Who goes to YouTube? Anyone? Google? Lots of information that will help you. You learn new things to empower yourself and also your team. Studies have shown that 80% of the population rather die than think. 17% think they think. And you, my friends, I believe you are the rare 3% that really think and want to achieve your goals. And that's why you're here today. Whoops. Okay, that's the top of the mountain. Looking down, the view is always stunning. Now, with you being here, and for me sharing my experience as an entrepreneur, I believe that you were born to achieve. Achieve your goals, achieve your dreams, and get to all your list, your wish list that you want to get for you, for your family, for your children. And with that presentation, I'd like to thank you for listening, and I now hand you over to the go-to doctor for SMEs, Mr. Ramesh Chand. Thank you. No?
Thank you very much, and thank you for allowing me this time. At the last minute, I tried to slot in myself over here, but I really thank the organizers for, and of course, Atela for slotting me in her time. I am Ramesh Chand. I work for Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation, looking after the Business Link Pacific program here in Fiji. So I'm the business service manager for Business Link Pacific here in Fiji. I've been for the past 25 years, I have been involved in the business. I was the cooperative officer, acting director cooperative, and with the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism. So having quite a good experience in advising people, I then decided to join Business Link Pacific. The Business Link Pacific is a New Zealand government-funded program which is implemented in 4 different countries. It's in PNG, Samoa, Vanuatu, Fiji, and now they have extended to Solomon Islands and to Cook Islands. So I will briefly tell you how you can take advantage of the program. Basically, this program is for small and medium enterprise. And small and medium enterprise are the major contributors to the economy. It contributes around 20% to the GDP in Fiji. It is the major job creator in Fiji. And all right, got it. So like I said, it's a it's a New Zealand government-funded program. And the objective of this program is to assist small and medium enterprises improve their business. You know, many a times we see that small and medium entrepreneurs, they may be good in their own field. Some of them may be very good on the technical side, but they may not be good in accounting side. Or they may be good in accounting, but then organizational structure is not right. Their business processes are not right. So they are unable to identify those areas and improve. You know, it is very important that we as a SME need to identify the areas where we need to improve our business, and then we need to act on that. We have also noticed that many times we forget to invest in our own business. We keep on focusing on making profit, and sometimes we don't think about our business itself. You know, we forget to invest in our business to improve the way we operate our business. And that is the reason why many of our SMEs are not up to where they should be. So the Business Link Pacific has 5 different areas. One is the business health check. Second is the business diagnostic and the referral. Third is the building network of business advisory service providers. Fourth is the subsidy scheme. And fifth is the quality assurance system. So just to explain this, I will go on the website and assist you to understand how Business Link Pacific operates. All right, this is our website, Business Link Pacific. Now, first of all, in order to, we have this business health check online. So what you can do is you can check the health of your business by yourself if you have access to computer and internet. So you go onto the business health check. And it says over here, choose all areas of your business you'd like to review. So you can either review your strategy, you can review your accounting, your finance, your technology, your management, people, marketing, standard, or export. So you choose either one of them or all of them. So once, for instance, if you choose accounting, you got to fill in this. For instance, let's say it's a agriculture business and the number of employees is 5. And these are some of the accounting questions that pops up. Right? This business health check is a very preliminary health check, very preliminary assessment of your business. So the first question it asks is, are you confident in your bookkeeping method? So you got to answer that whether you are confident with your bookkeeping method, your sales, expenses, payroll, documents, etc. So you say, okay, let's say no. Do you use a business accounting system or software? If you're using a accounting software, you say yes. Or if you're not, then you'll say no. Do you have a budget for your business expenditure? Many businesses fail to have a budget for their business. Or do you produce a cash flow forecast? Again, this is another area which a lot of businesses fail to have, the business cash flow. Do you have an accountant or a bookkeeper? Say yes. So once you answer these questions, you confirm, and then you fill in your and then you submit. So based on the answers that I gave, it indicates to me that my accounting is at 60%. So it rings a bell in my mind that, okay, I need to improve my accounting because it's not 100%. So similarly, you can do that for all the other areas. So that is what you can do. And then what you can do is you can also, if you need these areas to improve, it says here, find a local advisor. You click on that. And you'll see the list of advisors who are registered with Business Link Pacific are here. HLB, Resort, Gavio Consulting, New Dawn Resources, Tumbuna Business Development, Gemakwang, Accounting and Taxation Solutions, IMOS, Compliant Accounting. So these are some business advisors who are listed with us who can assist you. Right? And we are trying to grow this network of service providers at the moment. Right? So that is on the business health check. The other is, again, going back, is the business advisors. So if you want to look for business advisors in accounting, Fiji, search, it will give you the names of all the service providers who are listed with us. Right? If you are looking for an advisor in marketing, you search, and it will also give you the names of some of the service providers who are listed with us. Right? Now, what is the advantage of trying to access service from these people who are listed with us? Is, if you see, they have got this sign over here, BLP partners. So once you do your health check, or the other is a slightly in-depth business diagnosis that I go to the businesses and sit with the owner and do there. That is slightly in-depth diagnosis. We don't ask questions about your profit or where you are, what is your percentage markup and all those things. It's generic questions on those 8 areas that I was talking about. So I sit with you and I diagnose your business. And after the diagnosis, similar to what the business health check is, I give you a report. Right? It's all free. It's all free. I give you a report, and with the report, we also state the names of the people to whom you can go to, the list of service providers. Now, the advantage of going to those list of service providers is that, so for instance, if I go to you and I say, I conduct the business diagnosis, and after the diagnosis, we say that your business needs improvement in accounting, and I'll give you the list of the service providers. So you call the service provider and say, my business has been diagnosed and I need to improve my accounting, I need to improve my internal control system, I need to lodge in my tax returns, and I need the advice on VAT returns, and then I also might need the accounting software. So the service provider will say, okay, I can do that job for you, say for $5,000, right? So he will give you a quote. And because that service provider is our partner, that service provider will be able to apply a subsidy of up to 50%. So if the cost is $5,000 and it is approved by BLP, then BLP pays the service provider $2,500, you pay the service provider $2,500, the payment is done, and the service provider will come and do the job for you. So that's how it operates. If it is marketing and you want to get your website developed, you go to a marketing person that is listed with us, they quote you $2,000, and they apply the subsidy for you, right? So once it is approved, we pay $1,000, you pay $1,000, and the service provider comes and does the job for you. So that is what we do under this program. So with those words, I just want to again thank you. Please feel free. You can spread this news. You can go on the website. You can check our business health check. It's www.businesslinkpacific.com. And if you need any further diagnosis of your business, small and medium enterprise, please let me know. I can come and explain to you. We'll sit with you, diagnose your business, give you a report. And one more thing, after the diagnosis, it does not mean that you have to go to these people only. You can go to any other service provider. And if the service provider is cheaper than what these people are quoting, that's fine. as long as you are able to identify which area that needs to be improved, and you get that area improved. Right? And even if you don't go to a service provider, by getting a diagnosis done, you will know that, okay, these are the areas that I need improvement, and I can do it with my team step by step or slowly, as we go along. So that is what Business Link Pacific does, and I encourage you to please go on the website, check the health of your business using the portal, and if you need additional assistance, you can come to me. Or we are based at the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation, 42 Gori Street, Suva, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. We also encourage you to see if you know any service provider, either in accounting or in marketing or in strategic planning, organizational planning, HR, human resource management, or exporting. If you know of any service provider who can be our partner, please advise them. We want to build this network so that SMEs are able to access the services very easily. Thank you very much. If there's any question, I'll be happy to answer. Naka.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Or there's one at the back there.
Okay, thank you. The business link definition is basically on the employment. So we look at 5 to 50 employment. But having said that, because in Fiji, we see there are many small and medium enterprises whose turnover is over $100,000, but employ only 2 people. So on that basis, we also support those businesses. So if on a case-by-case basis, I look at them and I also suggest for assistance for those businesses as well. So it doesn't depend on the end of turnover, on the number of people that employ? Yes, it's basically on the employment. Yeah, that's what I said. The fund is to improve any of those areas that is identified in your diagnosis, whether it is accounting, right? Improvement to your accounting services, improvement to your strategic planning, organizational management, human resource, market linkages, technology. In terms of technology, we don't give hardware, but we assist in software, like accounting software programs, right? Web designing, marketing. So those are the areas that we assist.
Any questions for Atelayi, who's sitting here? Those of you who, who want to do baking and are interested in baking, bread baking, that is. This lady has been baking bread for over 15 years, I believe. Very successful.
We took over an old bakery that had a second-hand oven and mixer, so we took over someone else's business that he couldn't run it any longer, so we took over the debts. So yeah, we had loan to start that. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just for Attila, where are you currently based now? Because I don't see Rewanga Bakery operating there in Rewanga anymore.
Yes, in 2014 we were told to move out because SCC tendered out the whole market complex, and there were Chinese business investors that won the tender. So after being there for 16 years, we had to move out. And luckily, we had a branch in Nosori. So at the moment, our main office is in Nosori. We bake from there, and we also have one in Nasese. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, just for the benefit of the people that are sitting here, what are some of your products that you sell? Because normally we see bread and maybe you have a whole lot of varieties. Probably the audience would like to.
There's a question from. Good question. Because we started really small, you know how you start small, and you never thought it's going to grow. So because it started in Rewanga, we used the name Rewanga. And we wanted to change the name later on, but we thought it'll change how people see the business. So yeah, and they'll think, oh, it's a different bakery, and we might lose customers. So we stuck with the name Rewanga, and I'm proud to use Rewanga.
Okay, I just have a question for you, Attila. Seeing that hot bread kitchen is another big bread business operating in Fiji. What do you see as the big competition in terms of the products that that you sell to to the public?
Definitely, there are a lot of bakeries out there, and our main competitor is hot bread. They're very big. We're just small. Like I said, when we started, it was out of desperation to look after my children. Now that they are grown, it's more of a passion for me. And we do sell white long loaf and all the white flour products. But for me, I want to help the public with healthier choices. So we have 100% wholemeal bread, and we're working on gluten-free and other healthier choices. So our main products is around health. Yeah. To fight NCDs.
Yeah, I can see that you're a very slim lady, just like a model, and standing here in front of.
At 53, I think not too bad.
Yeah, at 53, right. Any more questions? Right, we will just give a round of applause for Attila and Rewanga Bakery. All right, I'll just hand over the mic to our Ministry of Industry and Trade presenter on the business plan. I know that most of you would like to know a lot about the business plan that we talked about yesterday afternoon, and we had to close the session because of time constraints. And so we'll just hand over the mic to this wonderful lady here from the Ministry of Industry and Trade to take over and assist in the completion of the business plan, which is a very, very significant component to applying for a business license and, of course, the funding for your business. Eh? Thank you. We will come back to you. Of course you can. Because a lot of people have come from Fiji, they don't bake it. It's a big challenge. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just one thing I'd like to add. I was just asking Attila here. She says that if there are people in this room who would like to know the art of baking, okay, like maybe you have plans to start a bakery in the village, or probably some plans to have to start a bakery in Savo or probably Lambasa. They are willing to, to train you. Okay, probably 1 or 2 or 3 people per week or probably per month. You can also, come into the bakery and learn all the fine things about operating a bakery. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And because of that, I also have a contact address and an email address. Okay, so you can contact me if you are interested to, to learn the skill of baking with Attila. All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I think yesterday we finished off on the business planning part. So before we go into that again, I think we should quickly recap or go back to what we learned yesterday. Any volunteer to just refresh our mind on what we learned yesterday in regards to business planning? Can we have a volunteer from this side? The business plan part yesterday. There are some important points that we discussed yesterday. The 4 P's, okay. Price, product, place, and the promotion. Thank you. From this side, project cost. So what are the 3 components of project cost? Good. Anyone else? Business description? Then what do you do with it? Anyone from this side? Any other volunteer who'd like to give a try on what we learned yesterday in regards to business plan? Executive summary. What do you do with the executive summary? Okay. Competitive analysis. Before going to the components, what did we learn before that? 3 C's. Thank you. What are those 3 C's? Clear, concise, and correct. So in regards to business plan, so when working out a business plan, like I mentioned yesterday, business plan is not only for those who wish to start a business seeking financial assistance. It's for those, even if we have your own funding to start your own business, it's very important for you to have a plan. You plan first before you actually start. For those that are existing, already operating, if you know you don't have a plan, you can also have make a plan, business plan. So the business plan actually acts as a guidance, or it actually assists you on how you manage and operate a business. So without a plan, you won't be able to know where your business is heading. And at the end, you won't be able to achieve your target or the main aim of your business. So yesterday afternoon, we finished off on the project costing part. So how you can work out your total project cost or the total cost of establishing a business. The total money that you will need in order to start a business. So you all want to start a business. And how can you know? How do you know? Some of us don't even know how much do I need in order to start a business. So the three components are fixed assets. So you must list down all your fixed assets. So the fixed assets vary depending on the type of business that you wish to do. If you have a transport business or a bakery business or a sewing business, you have your own fixed assets. So you must list down all your fixed assets. So you must understand that the business plan, this business plan, if you're seeking financial assistance, then you must fill in all the fixed assets that will be needed to be bought. So the fixed assets there, you list down all the fixed assets, list down all the fixed assets here, and the number required. How many you need for each, the unit cost price for each, and then you can know the total. So then you total it up at the bottom here, will give you the total value of your fixed assets. And then you go to the pre-start. Pre-start expenses, all the expenses that you incur before you actually start a business. All those still running around that you may do. Trying to get a business registered, trying to get the business license done, going to FIRCA to get your TIN, and the tax exemption certificate, all those expenses that you incur. Those are counted as pre-start expenses. And you must keep the records of these little expenses. And then we'll have the operating expenses. So operating expenses, all the expenses for the operation of the business. You have to list down all the operating expenses. You must remember that this is for the first month on a monthly basis. It's only for the first month that you have to put it down here. Okay, if you go back to fixed assets are bought only once. And they're going to be there for the business for maybe 3, 4, 5, or even 10 years. So that's for fixed assets. And for operating, it's only for the first month that we have to work out here. Why? Why only for the first month? Because once you know the first month operational expenses, that will be applied to the rest of all the operational expenses in your business, and then estimate the monthly expense for each. So once you list down, remember, you should not lose out on any of those operational expenses. The more the better. List down all, and then you add it up. So if you look at the bottom of the table here, it says subtotal, owner's contribution, and then the total project cost. So you're going to add all the fixed assets plus pre-start plus operating, and we'll give you a total project cost. So that's going to be the total establishment cost or the total cost of starting your business. Is there any question for that? That's for the project cost. And if you see the owner's contribution here, this is like in terms of funding. If we wish to, like, owner's contribution is always applicable to those seeking loan. If you go to the banks, maybe FTB or BSP, like BSP is also giving out loans to SMEs. Not only FDB is the sole, FDB is the biggest finance in terms of business. For SMEs, maybe small business, you can also go to the other banks like Westpac and BSP. They also give out loans for small businesses. So if you go to those banks, a requirement there is for you as the owner should have your own contribution. That's why owner's contribution is there. So how much you can contribute towards the total project cost, and the balance will be maybe given by the bank. So that's on the project cost. So another part, the component of the business plan is the marketing plan. So marketing plan, like as we've discussed yesterday, so the first two P are now there, which are the product and price. So all you have to do is just list down the products or the items that you're going to sell. If you're a service provider, maybe taxi or transport provider services, you just have to list down the other service that you do. And the mode of sales, how you're going to sell a product, maybe in packets or in kgs or in, that's the mode of sales. And then the unit selling price. The price that you're going to sell a product at, the selling price, and then the competitor's selling price. So for business, a competitor to us, like a competitor will be always more than our selling price. Unless you want your price to be more than the competitor. So that's for the marketing plan. You have to list down all the items, the products that you will be selling, and the unit selling price. And here comes the third P, which is the promotion. How will you promote your product? Or how will the public or my customers know about my product or your business? So you have to put how you promote your product there. It's either through social media or pamphlets or the signboard or billboard. And then the place or the registered address, place where your business will be operating. Now to market assessment. Now you're going to assess your market. So the first market assessment is your customer. You have to write down here who your customers are. In a community, if you're operating in a community, maybe in one village in Level. So who are going to be the customers at the village? The villagers, maybe the school if there's a nearby school. So that's what the customer is all about, what we have to put in there. The number or size of the market, number or size. Remember, number or size of the market, Okay, from the village. How many households or houses are there, the family, That can be the number or size of the market. If there's about 50 households or 40, then you put there 40 households. Is the market growing or shrinking? The market should grow. It will only shrink if maybe a business is shrinking. So that's if the market is growing or shrinking. You have to answer that part. And then the 11th one. Who are your competitors and a competitive edges over them? So you have to identify your competitors, who your competitors are, and a competitive edge. How you're going to be better than your competitor? How will you make sure you are better than your competitor? Through, maybe you have to sell at a better price, good packaging, attractive to your customers. And then you have to list down the success factors in your business. Why is your business doing well? Why will I be better than my competitor? So you have to explain there. And here comes one of the most important part of a business, the risk. You will always incur risk. What risk will be involved in a business? Any risk, anyone can come up with a risk? Fire, natural disaster. You'll have to put on the risk there in regards to your business. And then what is your future plan? What do you plan to do in your business in the future? Maybe to diversify or from one taxi to two, from one bakery operating from home to have a space in town. Those are the future plans. And then we come into the financial part of the business plan, which is the income statement projection. Here you're going to work out your income, you forecast your income in a business. Like as if I explained yesterday, your income. You try to first work out your income in a day. Estimate how much you will receive in a day. So that will depend on your customers as well. It's the size of the market there. If we have got 50 households in a community, so look at the consumption rate, how much will they buy? So that will determine your income. So you'll have the forecast for the first year, and then the year 2, and then year 3. So the third, second, and third year should be more than the first year. See, that we're assuming your business should be growing and not shrinking, yeah? And then you add up your total income, then comes the expenditure. The expenditure, like from what you've listed in operational expenses, you'll have to list them down here. In the operational one, as part of project cost, you calculated the monthly one, But for this one, it's going to be on a yearly basis. So what you do is just get the first year, and then you will be able to determine the yearly one. And then to try to work out your net profit. Your income one is your expenditure. And they'll have the basis of assumption. Your basis of assumption, how you work out your expenditure and your income. So here you have to explain. In getting your sales, how do I get my sales? You'll have to explain at the basis of assumption part. Income, or income a day in a year, it's like you show you're working here on how you get a total income in a year, and likewise for the expenditure. I think we'll just stop here, and we'll move on to the session with the guest speaker. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, audience. We have here Mr. Sod Minam, who is the chairman of the I.T.S program. The I.T.S program is what you can see there on that pull-up banner. It's a young entrepreneurial scheme program. Okay, now for people who are in that particular category, their age could go up to about 35, I think it's 40 years, but we will listen to Mr. Munam, who's going to tell us all about the I.T.S program, as he is the chairman of the I.T.S program. Mr. Munam, we'd like to welcome you today, and thank you for availing yourself to be able to present to us the program on the Young Entrepreneurial Scheme. So we'll just invite the crowd that we have here, just to give him a round of applause, please.
And there are a lot of things around here on this desk, so let me just do a little bit cleanup. The reason I'm saying it because I don't like papers, so sorry. Anyone who would like to come and search me, I can bet $100 that you will not find a piece of paper on me today. So I don't know whose paper are these. The reason I don't like paper is because you kill trees. And we don't have too many of them left anyway, from the part which I have come from, that part of the world. First of all, before I start my normal greetings and everything, I would like to know how much time do I have? 30 minutes? Okay, good. Somebody needs to keep a time on it, because people coming from Pakistan, they have a tendency of going 30 minutes to 3 hours to 30 hours, okay? And that's what my kids, they tell me all the time when I start talking. First of all, Bula, good afternoon, namaste and assalamu alaikum. I'm not going to say that ladies and gentlemen, fellow colleagues and diplomats and all that stuff. I call them all fellow Fijians. I was hoping to see some very young crowd in this room, you know, because when I was getting up this morning and I was thinking how I'm going to address this beautiful forum, I'm already crossed 50, and I'm here to present the YES program, which is called Youth, right? Young Entrepreneur Scheme. And the other thing which I need to present over here is PMNYA. I have to memorize because when you get old, your memory starts going away. But then it is Prime Minister National Youth Award. So I thought, what should I do in order for me to look young? So I thought that I should shave my head, which I've done. And people who do not have this luxury can understand that you don't have to worry about shampoos, you don't have to worry about the barbers. And I'm sure I can see a lot of people in this room with my style, hairstyle. All jokes aside, I think the conversation which I will have today is about youth. I may not look like young man. I'm across 50, as I already told you. But my 16-year-old daughter always tells me, Abba, you're still young. And I ask her why. She said, you sit with me and you turn on the Mirchi radio station in the car with full blast. So how do I tell her that I only do it for her, not for myself? I still like gold and legend, you know? But no, I think I'm not sure that how many of you know the population in Fiji. First, the population of Fiji is 800 above, lower, higher, 850 higher, 880, 890, close to about 900,000, depends on who you talk to. It's about 900 some odd thousand people in Fiji. This all stuff is present in the presentation. I normally don't like to go through the presentations because that becomes a little bit of a boring when you look at the presentation and you just go through line by line. Can anyone give me a wild guess that what is the size of the 50% of our population is below the age of? Hang on. I hear from on my right-hand side, one was 40. There was another backup 40, then all of a sudden changed to 30. Anyone from the left or the middle? 40s. Don't worry, the people who are at my age, we are still alive and kicking, trust me. Don't have to worry about that part. 50% of Fiji population is less than the age of 27 and a half. So this is a very young, very young country. Comparing to, if you look at the other parts of the world, likes of Japan, the aging population. Why am I bringing this whole age thing into it? Because there aren't too many places in the world where you can go and actually see that how, on a government level, there are certain programs which are being launched to drive the innovation of individuals who are at a young age group. I'm a father of 3 kids, and luckily I'm only married to 1, even though my religion allows me to have 4 of them anyway. Look what 1 has done, what 4 will do, okay? Yeah, I can hear some good laughter here, right? Yeah, okay. One is a 25-year-old son, and the other one is 21. And the youngest one is 16. And you can very well imagine on a dinner table what type of conversation which we have, okay? So, the conversation starts, and I have a 80-year-old mother with me as well, so there's 6 of us sitting on a dining table, and all of a sudden discussion starts from whatever the topic is, and it goes into something debate, and first somebody walks out, the other one and the third one, and then guess what? People who are almost 50 or beyond 50, they're sitting on the dining table. And the other 3 are in their own rooms and have what in their hands? I cannot hear you. This is called the smartphone. Let me ask this, how many of you in this room is still carrying the old phone? Don't be shy. Please don't be shy, because I'm not going to give you any money for that, but please don't be shy. How many of us, we are still carrying the old phones? Can I see some hands? Okay, so 5, 7, 8, 10. How many of you are carrying smartphones? Smartphones, people in the front, come on, you don't carry smartphones? Oh, gee, see, I'm telling you. See, sometimes you got to push people. Out of a population of 900,000 people, this country has close to 60% of smartphone penetration. So that basically puts you 540,000 people are carrying smartphones. So Vodafone and Digicel are really making good money, huh? By the way, not ANZ Bank. A population of 900,000 people have the SIMs close to 1 million SIMs. So it basically means almost every single individual is carrying 2 SIMs. One for the official one and one for the private one. This should not be recorded and played ever again beyond this room, okay? No. So, as I come back to this story of family sitting on a dining table, so I said, how do I communicate with these young people? So there's a thing called WhatsApp. How many of you, I think quite a few of you are already on WhatsApp and Viber groups. So I've created a WhatsApp group. It says Saud Family. All 3 of my kids, me and my wife. So 90% of the communication goes on today from the morning till evening on a WhatsApp group. Can you believe this? This is the 2020. Gone are the days when you used to go to someone's friend's house without even informing. Today we have to inform and we have to let them know that we are coming. So world has changed. And how the world has changed is because of the entrepreneurial skills of the young individuals across the board. Not me, not you, but the young ones. Today, when you sit down and talk to people, they will tell you how things can be done. So all of a sudden, you have a lot of apps have been launched across the globe. Whoever the young staff sitting over, young colleagues are sitting over here at the age of 18 to 35, please design an app. Please design an app, be the iOS or the Android, so I can grow some hair. That's what called innovation. Okay? So this is what we're looking for. Or can someone bring an app which basically can reduce weight? No. Some of the stuff which are natural, which we can never be able to change, however, it can help you to control your diet. It can help you to do certain exercise. It can prompt you what to do, when to do, because sometimes humans, we all get lazy. Yes program is nothing just about innovation. This was launched from the courtesy of government of Fiji. We have close to 21 individuals from different fields of life actually talking about and making sure that yes, people who are coming up with the ideas are being listened and heard, and then we go up to $30,000 in terms of their funding. There's a team of from the ministry. Basically, they look at the portfolio, they look at all the stuff which you have presented, and they evaluate and we discuss, and based on the discussion, we either grant them 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever that stuff is. As of now, quite a few of individuals who have applied, and they have been very successful getting that. I would rather not name them at this point of time, but I think you can go to the YES website and you would be able to see the testimony. A lot of these people, they have put their testimonials on that one. Now, the other thing which we are talking about is the reward and recognition. How many of you would like to be rewarded and recognized? I'll be very surprised to see that anyone says that, no, I don't want to be rewarded and recognized. I think everyone in this room would like to be rewarded and recognized. Recognized in a field which you work, which you excel, which you're good at. People like you and they recognize you. A simple thing, when you are working in the offices, somebody has done a good job. You don't need to go over there and give them a $10,000 worth of bonus at the end of the year. Just a pat in the back, just an email, job well done, thank you, keep it up. Those are the small recognitions. But then obviously you need to, stimulate people in terms of bringing the best of people. So that's why we have Prime Minister National Youth Award coming up this year. About 6 months ago, I've been chair for the YES program for almost 2 years. I was having a conversation with the permanent secretary, and I said, well, it's time for me to pass on because it's been 2 years and I need to do something else. While I was doing this, they came back and they said, no, we will include not only the Prime Minister National Youth Award, but there is another thing called RISE, which I'll just touch subject on this one, right here, RISE. And it goes all the way up to $100,000 in terms of the grant. And there we have the luxury and the support of the 2 universities in Fiji, and we're trying to get the other one as well, the third one as well. Their vice chancellors, their chancellors, they are already on the team, and they can actually facilitate people who have ideas in terms of research and innovations. Those are individuals or could be the entrepreneurs. So just standing over here, I'm not running for any election, by the way, right now. I just can tell you that. I belong to a bank called ANZ Bank, and I am from Pakistan, and I've been here for 6 years. I have 2 kids. One has graduated from University of South Pacific earlier last year, and the other one will be graduating later this year. Hopefully he passes all the classes. Otherwise, he has to go the next semester next year. What I've seen here, driving in here, and I do come here very often, especially on Saturdays and Sundays, to use the USP gym. This is a vibrant place, especially for the young people. And that's one reason I decided to come over and have a quick chat with every one of you. We may not have the young crowd sitting over here who can qualify for that 18 to 35 or to 40 year of the age criteria. But we've got a lot of our people sitting over here who can actually recommend, nominate. So my request to all of you to go out there and please nominate as many as you can. There are 10 different categories. Let me just go straight to the categories piece. Yeah, right here. Obviously the Sports Achievement Award, Primary Industries, Entrepreneur Award, Community Champion, Music and Dance, Fashion Arts Creativity Award, Eco Champion Award, Inspirational Leadership Awards, Digital Innovator Award. These are 10 categories. Please nominate someone. Let me just share something with, and I actually picked it up from, we're getting quite a few of these people who are being nominated. And in this nomination, there's a lady sitting over here. She basically keeps updating us in terms of how many number of people have actually come into the nomination. It was very funny. Out of so many people, I picked up one name presented 3 times. One name presented 3 times. So you have presented me, have nominated me. You have nominated me for the same category. I have nominated myself for the same category. And hats off to this individual who has actually nominated himself for that category. So that shows the level of confidence that individual has. I think this is what I'm trying to explain it to you over here, that yes, during our busy days and our time and schedules which we have, if we can just take few minutes and sit back and think, who do we want to reward and recognize? The same way people will reward you and recognize. So my humble request, go back onto the website. There is a process which basically easily followed, and nominate those people into these categories. The award will be sometime in May, and the application closes on 31st of March 2020. It's a simple process. Just go through online and you can nominate people. You give them a little bit of a brief background, why you're nominating and all that stuff. We want to see as many nominations as we can. We have a very strong panel of judges and very, very reputable people of this society who are the part of the judge panel. And we will basically make sure that, yes, we find 10 best people to be recognized in a youth category. Now, before I go on, is there any question, any comment, any feedback, anything? I'm happy to take yes, PMNYARISESAUD, anyone, anything. Those are the 3 abbreviations that I said. And any comment on SAUD, that's my name. So if you want to make any comment on me as well, that you can do that. Nope? Okay. So, as I said, 27 and a half. I'll just flip it through quickly. I'm not sure, are we going to be sharing this presentation? Do we have it somewhere downloaded or at a website? Okay, so both these presentations will be downloaded on a website. Please just reach out, and you'll be able to look at every single thing in that part. Look at the smile on people's faces. Look at this. And when you get old, it's difficult to smile, but when you're young, you need to continue smiling. These are the eligibility criteria. And I love the blue passport in the middle, to be honest with you. Yeah? Aren't we all proud of that? Yes. As I said, we've got 21 private sector organizations and people who are basically supporting and mentoring these. The 2 applies, basically one for the Prime Minister National Youth Award, and then you can actually go in there and pass on this information in terms of the youth program, okay? I promise that, yes, I'm not going to take too much of time, and I hope that I've been able to pass on the message and convey the message that we need to encourage, we need to promote our young people. We need to bring innovation into people's mind. There are a lot of these stories, successful stories across the globe, where people have actually started their work from a garage or backyard or with few dollars. And today they are multimillionaires and billionaires. There are quite a few of us from Fiji, we have gone to that level as well. And I need to continue to promote the young people in this country to make sure that, yes, we stay alive and we stay ahead. This is a beautiful part of the world, and believe me, a gentleman who's coming in from Pakistan can tell you that, and I can vouch you that this is a beautiful part of the world. Take care of this place, take care of the people, and continue to promote our young people. Vinaka Wakalevu, thank you very much. She still wants me to hang around here. RISE program. Okay, excellent. This is a research and innovation.
The Fijian government's Prime Minister.
Sorry, go ahead. Let that display and then we'll go through.
Minister's National Youth Awards are now open to recognize young Fijians in the Sports Achievement Award, Primary Industries Award, Entrepreneur Award, Community Champion Award, Music and Dance Award, Fashion, Arts and Creativity Award, Eco Champion Award, Inspirational Leadership Award, Digital Innovator Award. So why not nominate yourself or someone you know at youtheawards.gov.fj. The Prime Minister's National Youth Awards, recognizing young Fijians.
Hi, I'm Winston Hill.
Huh? I'm Winston Hill.
Are you thinking of starting a business?
Yes?
Do you have the funds for it?
No, not really.
Don't worry. Yes has the solution to your problem.
Yes?
Haven't you heard of the Fijian government's Young Entrepreneurship Scheme that can assist you with up to $30,000 to start your business?
Whoa, $30,000?
Yes.
How do I get it?
To qualify, your business idea has to be innovative.
Innovative?
Yes. A unique business, something different from what's out there. Or you could be implementing new ideas with an existing business. Yes is open to all Fijians between the ages of 18 to 40 years. That's not all. Yes also provides training and mentoring to guide you through your business venture.
Where can I apply?
Log on to yes.gov.fj and apply online today. Hi, I'm...
Thank you, Payal. So here you go. The question was if I can explain a little bit more about the RISE program. Just if I give you an example that if you start from a small business and you do have the grant from the government of $30,000, it can take you up to a certain level. So suppose you know that yes, with the $30,000, you can start the business, you got the running money coming in terms of your day-to-day running expense, and you're saving about $1,000 or $500 a month, so that's perfect. But you need to take it to the next level. You need to take it to the next level. You'll not be able to survive for the rest of your life only for that. And as an entrepreneur, the mind of an entrepreneur is always thinking that, yes, I need to make more money. And for that, there are two ways of looking at these things. One is the individual who is thinking about continue to remain as an individual and work and make money, or as an enterprises. So as an individual, if you want to do a research on the same program which you are running, the same business which you're running, and how you can actually increase it this way, or a company which is running a business and they want to take it to the next level in terms of the more innovation, in terms of more market reach, where they can, what the product is safe or not. So this is where the government will come back and will support you up to $50,000 for the individual and up to $100,000 for the businesses. So it's open for both, for the individuals and businesses. Just to give you an example that if somebody thinks that, yes, I know this beautiful country is surrounded by water. They're close to 334 islands. And water is everywhere. Now, how can we make the electricity from the water? Well, a lot of people are thinking about making electricity from the water. How many of you are thinking about making the electricity from the waves? I'm not sure how many of us. So, you know, these thought-provoking processes basically which comes into people's mind. And if you have something very, very different, which you think that you need to move forward with it, we have the support from USP as well as FNU. We got the whole universities behind us. Come up with a program, present it, and we'll make sure that, yes, we tag it along to the subject matter experts, and then you can take it from there. That's the RISE program. Thank you. Any other comments? Any other? Nope. Nope. All right. Why is it? There's no other reason, because the government of Fiji is basically is sponsoring it. If this would be sponsored by ANZ Bank, trust me, it will be an ANZ Youth Award. This is all it is, nothing else. Yeah. I personally don't think that there is anything beyond that. And believe me, I have no idea, because I am not in politics yet. So. Sorry again? Oh, so you're talking about the age limit? Good question, actually. I'm standing here in the university, and I think some of the studies will tell you that if the entrepreneurship has to start, it has to start at a young age. And this is where the people who are struggling in terms of the sponsorship, in terms of the money, in terms of the guidance, in terms of the system. Today, if somebody comes and tells me that, yes, so you have an ANZ bank behind you, you get the process, you've got the people, you've got the automation. It didn't happen from a day one. But if I start as a business my own, I will need the support at a young age, rather than an age where 50 or 60 years old. Studies shows that, yes, those people have already either have gone into the business or are they professionals, and they may be needing a little bit less of money. But there are other schemes, if I'm not mistaken, either from the government as well as from a lot of NGOs here in Fiji today, we can actually take an advantage of, regardless of the age which you're looking at it. But this two or three schemes which I'm looking at it, between Yes and Rise and awards, is basically only and only to promote the young population. Thank you.
I have a question. You have a YES program for the youths. I do a lot of training with the women, the rural women, and those that are over 40. I do a lot of training with them. I'd like to know if there's any funding for the women in business. These very, the low bracket in terms of income. I'd like to know if there's any funding. I know there's a Fiji Women's funding. I train with them, so I talk to them all the time, and I see the need. And I keep saying it over and over, but there's really, you can apply for funding, like they said yesterday, but through an organization. These are very simple people. They want to start, maybe they're mature in age, but I find that a lot of them are in the creative industries. It's to do with their culture and heritage. So you can't compare them to the youths. And they're at a mature age where they're able to start their businesses where their heritage is involved. I'm talking about the women in general. Is there any package that can assist them?
If you ask me 4 years down the road when I become minister, I'll be able to answer you directly. My sincere apologies.
No, because...
let me get back to you.
Okay.
There is a woman in business. Which is again in a private-run organization. It's supported by one of the leading bank here in Fiji, and they do a lot of these supports in terms of the MSMEs, okay, and maybe the cottage industry, or maybe you're looking at the markets on the Saturdays and vegetable markets and the fruit markets and all that. There are programs. I am not aware of that, to be honest with you, from the government point of view. But we do have Ministry of Trade and Technology, and Information and Trade and Technology people sitting over here. I will request them to take your information and link you up with that, so they will have the direct information if there is anything available.
Just a comment. They've had a workshop, or they had a conference in Australia recently, and it was established that with all the grants that's been available in Fiji, there's only 1% that's made available to women. That's really sad. Okay?
Well, so again, to be honest with you, I don't have the numbers. If you want to talk about my own organization where I work for ANZ Bank, I can tell you that 52% of our population is a female out of 100%, right? In terms of the banking industry. We do have a program called Money Minded Program. And in that money-minded program, it's not the program which, I mean, my sincere apologies for MITT that I'm actually taking a little bit of airtime to talk about the ANZ Bank, but it's a very relevant question which you have actually raised, and a point which you have raised. We go out there in the rural areas with our trucks, in our own boats, and we go out there and actually explain these people how to, even a concept of saving account, to save $1 a day. Forget $1 a day, $1 a week. Okay? We bring them here into Fiji to make sure, into Suva, to make sure that they understand exactly. So there are, not only from the government, but I think there are a lot of these private organizations are also working on that part. Again, 1% or 10% or 20%, I am not aware of it, and please make sure that, yes, whatever the information which we need to pass it on to you, we will be able to do that. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm standing over here, and I can tell you that there is not a single thing can take the respect of a woman on especially from me or for every individual in this room. I always like to keep it very light, and I'll share about the woman as well. When I was born, who gave the birth to my mom? Mom is a female. Normally, females, they go to which nurses? Female nurses. So who was the first one to see me in the world? My mom and nurse. Both of them are females. Correct? Right. Came home, I already had an elder sister. So when I was growing up, I saw my sister. Don't do this, go here, don't eat this, because she was older. Then when I was growing up, I had maybe a crush on a girl in my high school, which I didn't, because I was not allowed to, though I had my heart towards few of them. Then, my mom and dad found a nice-looking girl, and they go ahead and get married to her. So how many females are already in my life? Right? 4, but 3 genuine ones. Mother, sister, wife. After giving birth to 2 kids, 2 boys, same day, 4 years apart, natural, me and my wife, we said, okay, the family is not complete, let's have the 3rd one. So I said, why don't we just work backward and find a date so we can have the 3rd one exactly on the same day. Guess what? I was kicked out of the room. So the accident happened, and in 2003, God gave us a beautiful girl. So tell me, which of the relationship anyone in this room would not honor and respect? Everyone does. So we as an organization, we as people, with faith and with heart, we should continue to look up and look after our female friends, because that's the only way. If the education is there in female, you trust me, you will have a better home, because that's where the first upbringing starts. With this, I want to thank each one of you. I've taken a lot of time, and next time you'll see me maybe running for a campaign. Thank you. Manaka wakalebu.
Just Bulavinaka, Madam, you raised a question to Mr. Menon regarding the different programs. I'll just like to explain to you in terms of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism. There is a program about the Integrated Human Resource Development Program, which is mostly targeted to communal-based projects and programs. So we will connect to you after this. Perhaps we can have a discussion. Then I will then connect you to the relevant officials. Then, of course, there are programs with the Ministry of Women as well, who look into economic and socio-economic empowerment of women as well. So after this, we will come and see you, and perhaps we can take it further. Vinaka.
Right, can I just request that you all stand up, please? Eh? You have been sitting for a while, and I know that you have a lot of numbness in your seat. Okay, just stretch, and I'll give you about 2 to 3 minutes. All right? All right, take a breath of fresh air. All right? And for those of you who might want to go to the public toilet, the public convenience is just through that door and right across, and also down this door here. Right, we'll give you just 2 minutes just to stand up and just relax. Okay. What do I mind?